Hello, YouTube. I'm here today. I want to speak on intermittent fasting, 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 and my experiences and purpose of fasting, and the reason why we fast, and a little bit of baby crying in the background. Well, not crying. Anywho, ultimately, I started fasting because spiritual things, spiritual war, spiritual bondage, strongholds, generational things, repetitive behavior. Excuse me, I had some on my lip. Initially, I started off fasting after I had my daughter. I started fasting because I knew it was time to break cycles that I've repeated for years. But I also did it for health reasonings too. Initially, prior to me having her, I had a cesarean, but prior to me having her, I had heart palpitations, if I'm pronouncing it right. But I had that due to, I guess, stress on the body from being pregnant. Anyways, I went in the hospital. They gave me medicine for that. Then my blood pressure started rising. It wasn't toxemia, aka preeclampsia. They gave me medicine for that. All right, then I started getting dehydrated. They gave me sodium chloride. They gave me something called bolus. So I was just taking meds and meds and meds. And then I supposed to had her January 12th. I had her December 22nd, 2 days after her father's birthday. Make a long story short, that was the worst C-section I've ever had in my entire life. They gave me epidural. It did not work. And then they gave me a spinal. I could feel, it was terrible. It just was terrible. And then I just battled, like after I had her, it was, it was okay. But then I started dealing with anxiety and then depression. All of a sudden, I'm like, and then I'm taking meds. I'm like, okay. Until I was by myself. It wasn't the alone time that got me. It was the fact that I know who I serve and I know the God that I have. But on this earth's surface, we need people. But anywho, my family live in North Carolina. Cool. They're not used to me needing anybody emotionally anyway, because I always kind of, you know, I got food in my teeth. Because I normally handle it. But this was a hard one. I needed Jesus and family. Anyways, I was in the hospital till they wanted to keep me longer, but I said, I got to go. But after I left the hospital, I kept going back and forth because every time I laid down, I couldn't breathe. I don't know. It just was terrible. And it wasn't because of my weight. I don't know what that was. It was a spirit. Even though it's natural, physical, it was physical things, it felt spiritual. Anyways, that's when I started fasting. Let me tell you the power of fasting. Honey, I started fasting. The symptoms I had, I stopped having. I completely stopped taking all those meds they gave me. All of them. because I knew the power of his spirit. I knew the power of his hand. I was familiar with who he was, but I was in fear. I didn't know if I could trust that he could do it, but I trust him, and he did just what he did. What he did. Oh my God, my child is just, yeah. So here, but the moral to the story is, I mean, you don't go fasting just for health reasonings and stuff like that. My goal was to fast because I felt like I was being attacked spiritually. Maybe witchcraft, I don't know what it was. Something was trying to, I don't know, but I knew what to do. Fasting was it. Then too, I was emotional because of other personal reasoning. But God. This is an unfiltered video. I really don't care, but I said I was going to post this because people got to know at the end of the day, when all else fails, you don't go fast for answers, but you fast to get closer to God. And he said, if you seek him, he'll add the rest. So I seeked him out. He's amazing. He's great. Just know that he's there. Because, honey, I felt, woo. But anyways, make a long story short, I started fasting. But then I started getting headaches because I was fasting, like whole fasting, like I was on it. And I think because I wasn't drinking enough water. But anywho, I ended my fast and I started doing intermediate fasting. And that was more for weight. Currently like 40 pounds down. And I'm on a journey, so I'll be posting more videos. Hey. Hey, mama. Hey. Hey, mama. Oh, okay. Okay. I guess I interrupted her time with Jesus because she was looking somewhere else, but she was smiling. So I wanted to look over and say, hey, and she started, oh, don't do that. I'm sorry. Anywho, I know I was rambling on. I had a lot of stuff going all over the place. I just want everybody to know you're never alone. You know, we're not alone. Never alone. My advice would be to people, especially if having a child, surgery, cancer, so many things, because it wasn't until I wasn't in control, I knew who was in control. It wasn't until I wanted something so bad and I couldn't obtain it that I knew that my time wasn't my time. His timing is everything. So trust the process. Oh, it hurts. But it's all worth it. It's all worth it. And we will overcome. And as long as we have his light, his spirit. Yeah. So hopefully next time I'll be looking good and dressed and whatever. You're never alone. Always remember that. Never alone. Ever. Yeah. Blessings.